Hi everyone, RexBlazer1 here with another editorial vid. Now, unlike my likes and dislikes video, this is more about storytelling in general and less opinionated. More often than not, I see writers, both amateur and professional, making some of the same mistakes over and over. So I decided to put together a little video explaining what things to avoid and why. So, without further ado, here are a few things to not do when writing a story. 1. Badly written tone. When it comes to the tone of the story, make sure that you do not lean too far in one direction or the other, as it can turn your audience away real quickly. If your story is dark, make sure that you don't come across as being dark for the sake of it, as it comes off as being forced and the audience will feel like they're being exploited. Plus, the more mature you try to look, the more immature you appear to be, because it shows that you're trying too hard. If your story is very lighthearted, it may feel okay to some but not all, as it may come across as you not taking your audience seriously, thus causing plenty to feel offended. Bottom line, pick a tone, but incorporate both common sense as well as an awareness of what your audience will want to see. 2. Don't rely on straw characters and stereotypes. The straw character is a caricature of a person, a character that the author has set up in order to make fun of certain viewpoints. Having these in your story will come across as you having a very narrow worldview. Examples of these stereotypes to avoid include, but are not limited to, A. Firearm advocates as bearded, racist, hillbilly lunatics ranting and raving about all kinds of things. B. Capitalists literally worshipping the bottom line and selling anything for it. C. Liberals as secret communists out to destroy morality and free will. D. Conservatives as fascists actively out to oppress suffering minorities. E. Scientists looking down their noses at the religious while shaking their fists at God and seeking to surpass him. F. Religious people as wide-eyed, superstitious madmen. G. Feminists wanting to kill all men, and the list goes on. Just to clarify, I am not saying that these types of extremists don't exist, far from it. It's just that stereotypes treat these extreme views as the typical beliefs of groups, rather than them being the views of a tiny subset. You can't paint entire groups with the same brush, as that's how prejudices start in the first place. It's also why I avoid talking politics with anybody, as there are biases on all sides of the spectrum. 3. Copycatting the style of other writers. Find your own style of storytelling, and while that may sound like a cliche, there's a very good reason it keeps being said. Namely because being derivative helps you stand out less. If you have your own way of writing a story, you will stand out more. Plus, if you have an idea for a story that hasn't been done before, go ahead and write it. The only one holding you back on that is you. 4. Telling instead of showing. One of the biggest problems a writer can run into when making their story is when he or she does a lot of telling instead of showing as the events happen. In the case of more visual mediums like movies, videos, TV shows, comics, etc., you've got little excuse for doing more telling instead of showing. Thanks for listening, everyone. While the items on this list don't cover all things to avoid when writing, they're nonetheless important to consider. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.